What's up, my soulmates? It is The Willing Soul, and I am back with another video. What's up, y'all? So today, I'm going to be telling a story time of how I had a girlfriend for 2 years. But before we get into that story, I want you guys to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you guys are liking my videos. Make sure you guys are turning on your post notification bell so that you are notified every time I post a video. And comment down below. So let's get into it. So I had a girlfriend for 2 years, going on 3 years. It was my senior year of high school. I had just moved back from Georgia to Cleveland. If you guys don't know the story on that, then I'm gonna leave the story time of how I got from Georgia back to Cleveland in my description box, so you guys can check that out. Yeah, I had just moved back to Cleveland, and I was attending Cleveland Heights High School, which I graduated from, and I had a job at the Wendy's across the street, like literally across the street. You could walk out the front door of the school and walk to Wendy's, like directly across the street. So I got hired there, and this is where I met my girlfriend of 2 years. I'm gonna call her, I'm gonna just say her name, her nickname, Tay. So this is where I met Tay. She was stud. She was so cute, y'all. Like, she had sideburns. Her sideburns were so long. I got a thing for people who got like hair on their forehead and stuff, like cute ass sideburns and stuff. She had a big old puff. Like, she just had a whole bunch of hair. And her face was cute. Like, everything was cute about her to me. She was acting shy at first, but like, I started flirting with her. Like, I literally met her, y'all, as soon as I started working there. I think the first night that I worked there, I met her, which is so crazy. Like, the first night that I worked there, it had to be a weekend because it was nighttime. And I remember, like, I seen her, and me, like, I'm aggressive when I like somebody. Like, I'm not gonna wait for you to approach me. If I like you, I'm gonna pursue you, and I'm gonna approach you. So, like, I was super aggressive when I approached her, and I just was flirting with her the whole night. We both had to clean the bathroom, so we was in there like by ourselves. And you know how you flirt, like, don't try to close the door on me, don't try to like being cute or whatever, like, don't try to box me in here or whatever. She probably wasn't even thinking about me for real, y'all. I just, like, if I like somebody, they gonna like me back, period. So I was flirting with her in the bathroom, whatever, and I don't know what I said to her that made her like want to get my number, but whatever I said to her, she got my number that night. Like, she wanted to talk to me that night. Like, I don't know if y'all know how studs are, or lesbians are, gay females are, but they move super fast. So I had already had like people that I've dealt with before her. This was just my first girlfriend. Like, this was my first relationship. So she got my number that night, and y'all, my sister bought me this necklace. Ain't it cute? It's just so cute. I was just looking at it. I got ADD or something, because why I can't just tell this story all the way. Anyways, she got my number that night, and we talked all night long, like all night long. I went to school the next day, and did I have to work again the next day? I think I went to work the next day. We only worked with each other like 2 days because she was transitioning into a new job. So we was only there with each other for like 2 days, and we met each other. I stayed there. I was still working there because I needed a job. I was in high school and I needed some money. It was my senior year. I lived with my grandma. My grandma, she supported me and like made sure I was cool, but you already know how that is. Like, you don't want to ask for certain stuff when you know you capable of working for it. Like, you can get a job. So I stayed there, and she got another job. She was working for AWP, which is like a roadside, like, you know, when they working on the roads and people be directing traffic and stuff. But she was one of them people with the green vest on and shit. So we was talking to each other real hard, y'all, like real hard. We fell in love with each other instantly. Like, I don't know if y'all ever dated somebody of the same sex, but the connection is instant. Like, y'all fall in love fast as hell because she knows what you like. That person knows what you want because they're the same sex as you. Like, but the only thing is, she was like masculine, kind of, sort of. So it was like the best of both worlds at the time. When I knew I really wanted to be with her is when I told my mother about her. Like, I had to go back and forth from from Cleveland to Georgia because I had to go to court for the situation that had happened before I left Georgia. So I was on the phone with her, and my grandmother had already been like, I think my grandmother had been telling her like, yeah, Imani friend been dropping her off and picking her up and stuff. And when I would work, y'all, I only worked a certain amount of hours. So like, if I worked 3 hours and if I worked 3 hours and I knew that I didn't want to go home, I would just tell my grandmother, like, I'm working until this time and I gotta ride home. So Natea would come. So Tay would come pick me up and she would like take me to her house and we would chill. Like, that's how much time we were spending together. We was attached at the hip. So when I went to Georgia to go to court, I had told my mom because we was on the phone with each other, and she was just like, who is this Tay girl that you just spending all this time with, and you just so thirsty to talk on the phone to her or whatever. And I just came out and said it, like, I'm gay, I'm lesbian. And she was like, no, you're not. And I was like, yes, I am. And that was that. Like, we didn't talk about it after that. She was upset about it. Like, she was real upset about it because my mama don't play that for real. So when I went back home, that had like drew a wedge in me and my mother's relationship. But I was so into this girl that like it mattered to me because I knew my mom was gonna talk to me regardless. She just we wasn't talking as often as we usually do. But I just wanted to be with her, so it really didn't matter. I really just wanted to be happy, and I thought that's what made me happy at the time. So then I told my dad, and my dad was like, he gave me this speech on how it's hard being like gay in this society or whatever. And I don't know, it was weird because it was like, maybe back in your day, Dad, it was like dangerous or whatever the case is, but this is like a whole new generation, and that shit do not matter no more. Like, nobody's gonna throw rocks at me because I like a girl or I'm with a girl. Like, nobody really cares. But he felt some type of way about it. I don't know why, because I have a lot of family members on that side of my family who are gay or lesbian or bisexual or whatever they want to classify as. So I don't know why he was really surprised about it, but he was. So after that, it was over with after that. Like, I didn't care. Both my parents knew. My grandmother didn't know because I just didn't tell her. She just thought that Natea was my best friend. Or maybe she did know, but she just didn't say nothing about it. So I would like skip school. I only had a couple months left of school, y'all, and I had already had all of my credits. So when I went to Heights, I didn't really do much. I took like electives. I don't think I really had a core class. So it really wasn't like, well, this is what I thought in my head. It wasn't that serious for me to be in school. As long as I do all of my work and turn it in and my grades is good, I was cool. So I would just leave. I would just have her come pick me up. I would leave out the front door. I don't know how I got past the security guards, y'all. I would just leave. I would just leave school, and my grandmother would be like asking me, why is they calling me saying that you're not in certain classes or whatever? And I would tell her, like, my counselor, which he did, like certain classes he did sign me out of because I just didn't want to be in there, and I didn't have to be in there. Like, it was pointless for me to be in there, and he would sign me out. We was just real cool. Shout out to Mr. Peak. Yeah, we was just real cool. So he would sign me out of the class. So that was halfway true, but I was skipping the rest of my periods. Like, I would just leave with her. We was just that attached to each other. So we got through the rest of high school. Graduation, she bought my graduation dress and everything. Like, I knew when I left graduation, I was going to her, like, as soon as I left my graduation. My mom was there and everything, but I was just so on it, like, I'm about to go lay up with baby, because I just graduated high school and I'm grown. Like, I really don't even have to come back home if I want to, because I'm legal. Like, they can't file, what is it? I don't know, like when you run away from home and shit, they can't do that because I'm 18, like, so it really don't matter. So I thought I was hot shit. I thought I knew what I was doing. So we got through graduation. Then came the time for me to move out of my grandmother's house. I was so pressed to move out of my grandmother's house. I really don't know why. I really wish I would have, or I wish I would have came back to my mom's house, because when you leave the nest, like, it's a whole different world, baby. But that's a whole nother story for another day. Yeah, so I moved out. I actually got a house with Tay and my sister Iman and her ex-boyfriend. So we all lived together. We lived in a house in Shaker. So we was there for like a whole year, and everything was still good. Like, we was still very much in love with each other. Her family loved me. Like, everything was cool. I thought we was gonna like be together forever, but you know, like, when you grow and I don't know, like, God will make you uncomfortable, and just he just makes you uncomfortable to the point where he forces you to leave the situation. But we were still cool for the whole year. It wasn't until we moved to Woodmere, which is the area that I grew up in. We got an apartment over there, and I started hair school. And I had got a job because, like, I wanted to help her with the bills and stuff. And there was a Wendy's over there, so I started working at that Wendy's. Like, I think I transferred from Cedar to Woodmere. Yeah, I did. No, or did I quit? Did I quit Cedar? I might have quit Cedar. And I think Natea knew the manager. I'm saying her name. It don't even matter. I'm just gonna tell y'all her name. Natea knew the manager at the Wendy's in Woodmere. So she got me a job there, basically, like, put in a good word for me and got me the job there. I started there, and I was there for a few months, and I met someone else there. I don't even speak on him because he was that, like, dirty, and it was like one of those situations where I miss, like, being around a man. Like, I missed, even though I had this person at home, she was very, like, boyish, but she was still a woman. So her emotions were just like mine. We bled every month, just the same, like, mood swings and all. So it was just like I really missed testosterone in my life. And yeah, I don't talk about him, so we don't even have to go into depth about that. But I met this person, and that's when shit got sour. Like, I cheated on her with him, and I messed with him for like 3 months, and it was just a terrible situation. Like, I really was just in that situation because I wanted to get out of the relationship. But the problem with me is I will stay in a situation longer than I intend to for the sake of the person I'm with. Like, I hate to hurt people's feelings, which I end up hurting their feelings in the long run anyways, because I end up cheating on them. Like, that's how you know if I don't want to be with somebody, I cheat on them, which is terrible, like, which is the wrong thing to do. Now that I'm grown and I know that that's a bad way to get out of a situation. But at the time, that's how I thought, like, I'm gonna just talk to somebody else. I told y'all in my last video, when I was in high school and when I was younger, I did not tell people that I broke up. I didn't break up with people. I just got a new boyfriend or just start dating somebody else or start talking to somebody else. But yeah, so she became, well, before then, for real, like, before I cheated on her, she became insecure about, like, me talking to people. She hated when certain people looked at me. She was very territorial over me, like, very. So I think that along with me knowing that I didn't want to be with a woman anymore, like, that drew me to talk to other people. So I talked to that person for like 3 months. I was in hair school, y'all, so you know when you in school, like, you be struggling for real. I know some of y'all have been to college and like know what that's like to be a starving college student. Like, you make something out of nothing. You can literally survive off of $2 and eat for 2 days off of $2. Like, that's what type of struggle was going on. So, well, when I left her, because she was a good provider, like, I was cool with her. Like, she was gonna make sure she made some shit shake, and she had just started working at the post office, so everything was good at home. It was just that I didn't want to be there anymore. So I can remember having her car. Like, she had just bought a new car before we moved out of Shaker and moved to Woodmere, and she had this Neon, and she taught me how to drive in that car, and she gave me that car. So when I left, like, I cheated on her and I was still in the house, but then I left and I went to my sister's house and I was staying over there for a couple days. So that led me to, like, get more acquainted with him, like, start talking to him more and, like, start going over his house and shit like that, which was a terrible mistake. But anyways, so yeah, I dealt with him for those 3 months. And it was just hard. Like, I was ready to go back home. I missed her, but then I was like, I don't really want to be there. So it's really like, it's stupid if I go back. But I did. I called her and I, like, talked to her about it, and I went back, which was the wrong thing to do. Like, I don't think, unless y'all are mature enough to handle a situation like that, and the person actually forgives you. I know it's gonna take time for that woman to heal and for you to gain their trust back, but in most cases, it's not gonna work when you go back, just because that person doesn't trust you anymore. Like, the trust is gone, and if you don't have any trust, your relationship is just over with. So I went back, and it was cool, but I knew she didn't trust me. Like, she would go through my phone, and, like, if I leave the house for too long, I feel like I was literally stuck in the damn house. Like, I can't go nowhere, because if I go somewhere, she gonna think that I'm cheating on her. So for a couple months, I was like stuck in the house. All my friends would be like, damn, like, bitch, you can't come outside. Damn, like, you stuck in the house. So, like, I hated feeling like that, so I just started doing me again, which is terrible. I started doing me again, so I started leaving, like, for a long periods of time. I would come back home, but, like, I would leave for long periods of time and not really answer her phone calls, because I knew that if I answered her phone call, she would just want me to come home, and I was having fun with my friends, so I really didn't want to go back home. But what really ended us was me talking to somebody else again. Like, I was a repeated offender, and it was terrible. I was just hurting her, and I really didn't want to continue to hurt her. So I decided, when did I decide that I was gonna leave? I really don't remember like what was the deciding factor on us leaving each other alone or breaking up. But I remember the day that we broke up, and we fought each other because I was moving my stuff from her house to my sister's house, and I had a key. And I had hid this key from her because I knew she was gonna be petty and try to take it. So her brother was there, she was there, and my sister, I was packing up my stuff, but she knew that she was coming to get me soon. My friends was there to help me, and we carrying stuff back and forth to the car or whatever. And I think I had too much stuff to get in one day. That's why I wanted to keep the key. But she had went in my bag and got the key, y'all. And when I found out, like when I went in my bag and saw that it was missing, but something told me that she was gonna go take that key. When I saw that it was missing, I went crazy. Like, I just started acting out, which is terrible, which is really childish now that I'm thinking about it. Like, I locked myself in the room. It was a Hennessy bottle on the dresser. I threw that bitch at the wall. I just started messing up the whole room. Like, I just started, shut up. Like, I was enraged in there, and she was like knocking on the door or whatever. Like, come on, man, don't, she was saying something like, how you just gonna lock the door and start messing up my shit? Like, I broke her TV. Yeah, for sure, I broke her TV. And when she came in, and when she unlocked the door, she kind of like, when I unlocked the door, she kind of like hit me with the door, which made me even more mad. So we get to fighting. I just started fighting her. I really didn't want to fight her, but my feelings were so hurt. You know how when you break up with somebody, like, even though you in the wrong, you still feel some type of way about it, which is so selfish and so like childish. It's childish as fuck. Like, it really is, because you feel entitled. Like, it's just bad. It's just really, really bad. So we fought, and then we went to the living room, and I felt like she was trying to be funny for her brother. So I'm trying to fight the brother too. Like, oh, so you trying to be funny? Like, it's funny that I can't get back in here and get my stuff. So after that, my sister, she everybody trying to defuse the situation. Like, my friends is there trying to get me to stop fighting her. Like, I kept trying to fight her or whatever. And then she had left before me, but I think I had took all of my stuff outside, and my sister was there. When my sister pulled up, I was just so overwhelmed, and I just started boo-boo crying. Like, I seen her walking away, and it just made me so sad. Like, I just started boo-boo crying. And after that, it was over. Like, it was over. And I moved to my sister's house. I was living in her living room. And like, I started my career with her. I got so many memories with her. It was cool. Like, it was a cool relationship. I really appreciate her. I learned a lot from her. But I just got to a point where I knew that I didn't want to be with a woman for the long run. Like, I didn't want to keep on lying to her and telling her that I wanted to be with her forever, when I knew forever was impossible to me. Like, I wanted more. I wanted kids. I wanted, like, of course you can get married now in certain states to the same sex, but that just wasn't what I wanted. It's what I thought I wanted, but God will show you different. Like, it just wasn't what I wanted or what I needed. So that's the story. When I had a girlfriend for 2 years. If y'all have any questions for me, y'all can comment down below. let me know how y'all liking these story times. Like, should I do more story times, or do I suck at story times? Because I kind of feel like weird telling stories, because I be trying to get it all in one and like remember everything that I said without dragging it on. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, and make sure y'all hitting those post notification bells. And until next time, my soulmates.